Just like sex and sexual identity, sexual assault ought to be an open topic of discussion with the younger generations. The unfortunate truth is that our children are keenly aware of the nature and pervasiveness of sexual assault in our culture. And even though not just girls, of course, boys and young men are sexually assaulted too. But the perpetrator is invariably a boy or a man. So let's ask some questions. What do teenage boys think about the cause and effect of assault? Do they know what the boundaries are? Do they understand what defines sexual assault? Do they appreciate its impact on the victim? Do they have any suggestions on how to prevent it? At the core is the idea of consent. What constitutes consent? And is there a game plan to face reality? What should a young person do should they ever find themselves in a situation that feels unsafe or compromising? And can they come to us, to you and me, in the wake of a sexual assault? With new definitions of sexuality and masculinity, there is a sense of insecurity, shame, and confusion amongst many boys. Movements such as those of women empowerment and Me Too, they have blurred the notions of what it is to be male in these times. There is a lot out there in the public domain about toxic masculinity, but who is outlining positive masculinity? It's a common misconception that assault is about sex. It is not. It is about power. It is about conquest. It's about proving oneself a man. It's time we began speaking of maleness in terms of kindness, self-reliance, respect for women, courage, and a sense of humor. We could take a few steps right off with reference to sexual assault. The first, stay mindful of our own language and attitudes towards gender stereotypes at home. These are deep-seated. Number two, take the mystery out of these taboo topics. Make them a part of the family's regular conversation at home. The third thing, get into the trenches with the young. We'll have to. I don't need to know is not an option anymore. It isn't. The young need to know that their parents are plugged into the modern ecosystem. It's as important not to operate from a place of fear and anxiety as it is to not make harsh judgments on the perceived poor choices of our children. Because when the chips are down, it boils down to open channels of communication. Nothing else helps. This is our opportunity to help prevent sexual violence. This generation is poised to carry a very different mantle. Even though we are leaving them a harsher world, it is they who are forward thinking and have the potential to develop a deeper sense of humanity. Precious young lives are at stake. What they need is for us to be their guides, their allies, and their safe spaces.